Hi, this is Casey from the Lewis Clark Service Corps, and this is a PDT on video contests, nutshell mail, and the Extraordinaries. It applies mostly to programs that are looking for ways to fundraise or get involved online through video contests. It's also anyone who manages and looks through a social media stream on a daily or weekly basis through nutshell mail. Which is a summary of all your social media activity. And the Extraordinaries is for nonprofits who are looking for volunteer work from people online, highly skilled volunteers, people who work at Google and Yahoo and other big companies that have volunteer programs that encourage them to go online and help out nonprofits. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So, video contests. Our office has entered a number of video contests. Our first book program actually won the Idaho Nonprofit Video Contest. They got about $5,000 from a 1-minute submission of kids talking about how much they like books. First book is a program where they give out books to kids who wouldn't otherwise have a lot of access to books in the home. The whole idea is to enter contests on behalf of your organization. It is an opportunity to highlight your organization's work. Even if you don't win, you still get some great media out of it. Engage volunteers with video production skills. That's something that's always open to us, is going out there and seeing, hey, who enjoys making videos and getting them involved in it. You can gain an audience and engage your supporters. So if you need votes for an online contest, it's a great opportunity to go out there and ask people for help and remind them who you are and how they can get involved. And of course, you can win money and prizes and all of that. So a few sites I can recommend. This is the best one, obviously. Onlinevideocontests.com, and also YouTube/contests is another place to go. But onlinevideocontests.com pretty much has all the video contests available on the web. They hardly miss anything, so it's great to browse through there. You can browse by keyword, amount, the nature of the contest, all of that. So how are you going to win? Well, with video production tips for online contests. My advice is, while you don't need to use professional equipment, it is better to use the highest quality you can find. We have a HD flip camera, and the fact that it's HD really makes it a lot nicer to look at and a little less unprofessional. Be aware of lighting and sound issues and limitations. For instance, that same camera doesn't have an external mic or anything, so if I want good audio from something, I want to make sure that it's really loud or I'm right up close to it. Remember to show rather than tell in your video. So if you have the choice between listening to someone talk in an interview or showing footage of the thing they're talking about, like if they're talking about raking leaves, it might work to just show raking leaves instead or have the audio laid over it. Be creative and sincere in your video's message. People can tell when you're being insincere a lot of the time, and creativity is usually what can bring you over the top and get noticed in an online video contest. Do not use images, sound, or footage of people in your video unless you have their permission. That's big, especially when you read the contest rules. You find that you have to do all sorts of things. If it involves other people in the video, you may have to have them sign an affidavit if you win, etc. Remember to read and follow the contest rules. It's amazing how many people just get excited about the idea and submit something that doesn't follow the rules, and then they're not counted. So, beyond contests, there are more reasons to be on YouTube, more than just contests. YouTube is one of the world's largest social networks. People don't think of YouTube as a social network. You just think of it to go there and watch videos, but people actually interact on there every day. They use their username as part of their identity, and they can upload vlogs, show and tell, all sorts of things. Video is a natural extension of your online presence. When people can see something, they feel like they know it. So if you have a chance to put footage of your building or interviews, anything really, it can help someone if they're trying to decide whether to work for you or volunteer with you, whatever the case may be. A video can help them get an idea in their head about you and become more interested in you. Cost has become less and less of an issue with video production. Low-cost video production equipment is pretty good nowadays. You increase the chances that you will be seen online when you have a video for people to view. Some evidence of that is our service learning promotional videos, actually the #1 result when you type in LCSC, and that's largely just because we've been on YouTube for a long time, and we're over the other videos because we're viewed a lot, and it's a good one to have there too because they get to see the campus in the shots. So videos are great additions to presentations and a great way to document the work of your program. You can include YouTube links in grant applications, resumes, and portfolios, and we've actually done this. And when I document my work, I have a section for online activities and projects, and that section is just chock full of things. And it's a great thing for me to have if I ever wanted to make a portfolio or just share my work with other people. Switching topics, asking the world for answers with Aardvark and managing/monitoring your social media stream with Nutshell Mail. I'll go ahead and let you pause here, if you hit pause on the video, and go to Nonprofit Tech Tips, Episode 2, Aardvark and Nutshell Mail. There'll be a link in the box on YouTube or wherever, depending on what web page you're on. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that. To get a little deeper into Nutshell Mail, I took a screenshot of how it looks in your inbox. It works with Twitter and Facebook. Here it looks like it captured Twitter. This is our Twitter account. It tells you your latest status update, but then it also starts showing you things like list results. I have lists on Twitter for this one's a local one, Lewiston and Clarkston. So I have Clue Action News on here, so I can find out local news. And after that comes a list for nonprofits that I'm following on Twitter. And beyond that, it'll go on to say all my individual followers, and I can also set it to look for terms being mentioned on Twitter. And in Facebook, it's similar. It can show you the results of fan pages you're following, what your friends are doing on Facebook, and if you have anything in your inbox, things like that. But it's great to just have all of this in one piece of mail sent to you at different times during the day. Here's Aardvark. This one I cannot recommend enough. It's really revolutionized the way I search. How it looks in here is, this is when you've logged in and all that, and it takes you to these two options. You can ask a question, or you can browse through questions to answer. So typically I'll go in and ask a question, leave a few tags. If you watch the video, you can see what I said about explaining how that works. But there's also history here. If you click on history, you can see all the questions you've asked in the past. In this example here, I think I asked, how do I remove someone's email from an auto-suggestion in Outlook? And then in parentheses, I keep typing in someone's name, and they have 2 emails, and I'm sending it to the wrong one, and I no longer need to ever email them at that one. Thanks. If I typed that into Google, I wouldn't get very far. But luckily, Aardvark is plugged into real people who can read this and make sense of it, and I actually did get the answer from one of these suggestions. And next we have, oh, speaking of Aardvark, you can receive more help from the crowd if you are a nonprofit. If you go to sparked.com, you can set up an account as a nonprofit with what they call themselves the Extraordinaries. What you do on there is you create a challenge for volunteers to take up. Then you can correspond with those volunteers that choose to do your challenge, and you can get feedback from them as well. Some example tasks you can ask for. Logo design. We actually received a logo for our Community Warriors Center, and we're communicating with the designer right now on what changes we'd like to make or what our final copy will look like. Brainstorming and advice from companies like Google and Yahoo. I used it once to brainstorm ways to recycle fast food waste, and I got some great results because I'd been stumped by the idea. One interesting suggestion was to melt down the plastic and create sleds, and apparently that was the appropriate kind of plastic in straws and cup coverings and things like that. You can set them on sorting and organizing tasks. If you have a bunch of images that you'd want labeled, you can set up that kind of work for them. You can also get reviews on your website and any technical help. A lot of them are in web development or IT and can really help you out with these things. And some tips on what kind of tasks to make. Make it something that doesn't take more than a few hours and that has a measurable goal so they can feel good at the end of it. You have to remember that these are still volunteers. They're not just like a work engine. And you have to remember to thank them properly and keep them engaged and create fun volunteer opportunities. And so far we've had a lot of luck. We've had a little widget for websites created by one programmer and a few of the other things I mentioned, and so far it's turned out to be a great resource, and I recommend at least trying it out if you're a nonprofit. This is how it looks. You can sign up, you can log in with your Facebook. If you don't want to remember another password, you can always come in here and just click sign in, and as long as you're signed into Facebook it'll let you in. Here's a place for posting challenges, or you can find challenges if you want to go out there and help another nonprofit with one of their listed tasks. You can see this is where the micro-volunteers go to get into the site and start working on your tasks. And this is how it looks when you're interacting with volunteers. You have folders for your tasks, and all of your volunteers have profiles. So I guess this is a video, so you won't be asking me any questions right now, but feel free to contact me at ctarmstrong@lcsc.edu, and I'll try to provide a link to this presentation in whatever form you're viewing this, so you'll be sure to be able to go back and figure out more. I hope you enjoyed this PDT. Alright, thanks.